Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Film Rescue Show. I'm your Pitchmaster General, Seth. I am joined by the League of Super Friends, as always. I have Hope the Horror Whore is here.
I'm representing today.
Yeah, I like that, too. That's a nice top. We also have the professional cynic Jesse here as well.
I'm here, yes, to talk about this movie that's very disappointing. Probably the most disappointing of the year.
We're going to get to go all over the place, and I can't imagine the review or the fixer is very long for this one.
Yeah.
Well, it's why it's just us today.
Let's jump into our film. Today we are talking about 65, directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, starring Adam Driver.
Adam Driver and no one else.
Yeah, I am beside myself as to where to start on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they get the money for this? Where did the money go? What happened? Why was this not run past anybody who knows stories? This is it. What?
Is
What?
it? You know how I always like to say that the film industry is kind of a money laundering scheme? Is this possible? This is what this one is?
Prime example.
Where'd the money go? How do
I'm
you blow $35 million? What was it like? What was this 45? Was this 45?
45.
Where
Yeah.
the fuck did the money go?
I'm beside myself. Let's start off.
Adam
let's-
Driver
let's
can't be
not
that
e-
expensive.
Let's not even start off with what we think of the movie. Let's start off of when we each heard of this movie for the first time. Because I heard of this movie about a week before it went to theaters, and I was like, oh, I like dinosaurs. I'm a dinosaur movie guy.
Right.
I'll look at a trailer. And I looked at the trailer, and I was like, I'm gonna wait on this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. What about you, Hope? When did you first hear about this?
It was a trailer. I was at the movies and it was a trailer for one of the other films I was seeing. I think it was a trailer when I saw Cocaine Bear. Maybe.
Oh wow, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was a film like that when I went to see it, and it was a trailer, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I was just like, I love Adam Driver, I like dinos, but this just doesn't add up.
I thought the trailer was hinting towards a twist of some kind.
Right, like Planet of the Apes style or some shit.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
It really wishes it had that Planet of the Apes twist.
Right. Oh my God. Jesse, how about you? When did you hear about this one?
Well, I perused the Valiant Comics forums on Facebook and such, and
Okay.
Somebody posted this trailer saying this is the greatest Turok fan film ever made. For those who don't remember Turok, it was a little video game series back in the 1990s for the N64. It was a comic book series before that. It's basically defunct now. They tried doing a new series, I think about 7 years ago, and it didn't go anywhere. But yeah, this is basically just a Turok movie, and I saw the trailer and I was like, that looks kind of interesting, I guess. And then I just never saw it in theaters, and I heard the reviews were bad, and I was like, yeah, I'll wait. And then I just watched it on Netflix. I was like, I'm glad I waited.
Yeah, that's where I caught it too. I saw it pop
Yes.
up on Netflix, and I was like, Tight 90, Adam Driver, dinosaurs. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say yes. And then I totally forgot that I even watched it until Jesse brought it up for Film Rescue.
Yeah, we were trying to decide what to do today because we were supposed to have do a horror movie today, and we just couldn't find something that we wanted to cover. And I said, let's just cover this. It's a 90-minute movie, just like the previous film we did, Source Code. 90 minutes, knock it out, simple. Disappointing, I get, in all respects. So let's just, we can just talk about this one because it's quick and dirty and probably going to be the most disappointing movie this year because it's such a simple premise. How do you screw it up?
Yeah.
It's
How do you screw it up this weird?
It's because it wasn't followed through with, I feel. And
Yeah.
that's why, it could have been... I feel like it was, the start. All right, we got this. And then it's like, oh, fuck, we're here. What do we do?
So before we get into our positives, I'm going to go through the plot quickly.
Yeah, go for
right
it.
ahead.
Because we may have listeners who in their head are like, I don't believe that this 90-minute little creature feature could really be that bad. Let me describe this plot real quick.
Yeah.
The setting is 65 million years ago
Mm-hmm.
on Earth during, I guess, the Cretaceous dinosaur period.
Yeah.
Which even then, I'm not sure if all these dinosaurs are true to their time.
They're not.
Yeah, they're not, because there's so many different dinosaurs at different periods. It's like, okay.
I'll forgive that. I'll even forgive that.
It also goes with it goes to the Jurassic Park thing that the Tyrannosaurus Rex was really, really big. It actually wasn't. It actually was not a massive creature. It was big, but it wasn't like Jurassic Park. They changed things for that film. This goes with the movie version of what the T-Rex looked like.
Oh yeah, and all around, like there's no feathered dinosaur.
Yeah. At this point, we know that dinosaurs had feathers. We know that.
Yeah.
Why do you think chickens exist?
This might be the last non-feathered dinosaur movie we get. Big budget in theaters,
Good.
So the setting's 65 million years ago, and Adam Driver plays a pilot named Mills that is a human, that it is not explained why.
Human.
There are humans 65 million years ago. There's no, they don't show that he's got gills or these are a human-like species.
Speaks English.
I can forgive that he speaks English because they don't want a whole movie in subtitles.
Sure. No, and inventing a 65 million year old alien language sounds like a lot of extra homework for no reason. It would have been nice to know why he looks like a person 65 million years ago.
That I will.
Mm-hmm. An evolved human being with the exact same normal attributes as a regular person today. Okay.
Right. So in this setting, the plot of the film is they accidentally crash on Earth and have to escape.
Yeah.
No twist. Sorry, guys.
That's it.
They land on a planet with dinosaurs, and they have some obstacles in their way of getting off of this planet with dinosaurs. And it's implied that maybe they sent the asteroid that kills all the dinosaurs by running into it with their spaceship. That's the whole fucking...
Of course, that's when they land, is when the asteroid's going to hit, because nothing else happens.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. I think, again, it's implied that it's because of their ship that the asteroid is now coming to Earth, which is maybe, if that's your twist, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a table one read twist where you go, oh, honey, no, we're not going to do that. Cute idea, but no, we're not.
Yeah.
It's like if someone's niece or nephew who is in the meeting and they're like, oh, and then it goes kirsch, and then brr, and then bleh, and they're like, you know what, Timmy, that's a good idea.
Exactly. This feels like a movie pitched by a kid, almost. Oh, so why are there dinosaurs? Oh, because it's set back when dinosaurs are alive. Duh. Why? Oh, is there time travel? Is there going to be some kind of
Yeah. But
and then we got Star Wars in there. We got Star Wars.
There's two ways to do this plot. It's either time travel or ancient aliens. And they went with the latter.
Kind of.
I guess. I mean, what's the scientific theory where all creatures evolve to become the same general...
Oh, convergent evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Where eventually all creatures evolve from single-celled organisms up to sea creatures, up to quadrupedal, up to bipedal creatures.
So the fish frog butt fucked another fish frog that butt fucked a monkey that butt fucked another monkey that butt fucked and made you.
Fuck the frogs, okay? That's why we're in this fucking economic crisis, goddammit.
So the issue with convergent evolution is we keep converging into crabs, not people. Crabs have evolved independently 8 times.
Yeah.
Every couple million years, the sea's just oh, here's more crabs.
Yeah.
And then what about crocodiles? They've been the same fucking thing.
Sharks as well.
Yeah.
They just got smaller.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not an evolution expert. I don't even need the science in this movie to make sense. I just need it to be interesting enough for me to not go, wait, the whole plot of this movie is just escape Earth?
Yeah.
And that's not even the hard part. They have a rocket that just leaves Earth. That's the end game. They have a rocket that just leaves Earth, so it's just getting to the rocket. That is the plot of this film.
Yeah.
You want to know it's not the actual fix, but you want to know my, like, quick rip it fix?
Please. Oh my God.
Make it a Pikmin movie.
That!
Damn.
Yeah.
Make it a Pikmin movie.
Yeah, they land on a movie with on a planet with like giant plants and like even bigger, like, you know,
They
like,
crash land, have to fix their ship with a certain amount of time, otherwise they'll run out of oxygen.
Yeah.
They befriend
And then
little
the twist
creatures.
the twist is that they're not big. The plants aren't big. They're small.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the twist.
Yeah.
Make it
It's
a
like,
Pikmin movie.
It's like that opening scene in Star Trek Beyond where Kirk is talking to the aliens. You think they're really big, and then they zooms out. They're actually really tiny.
Yeah.
And they start jumping all over him. It's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'd say just make it a Turok movie. Like, remember that movie Overlord from years ago? That nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have made people go to see that if you just called it Wolfenstein.
Oh my God! Right, one
one
change,
fix,
everyone
change
goes.
title, done. Like you
Right.
fixed it. Like that's the thing. When you slap a brand on top of it, it can kind of cover up some of the issues. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense why it's called that. But like the problem is that this movie is so just like it's so bare
generic.
bones.
It's generic.
It's generic. It's bare bones as possible. This feels like a Netflix movie, like one of those, you know, straight to Netflix, simple, like barely anything to it movies. You know, it feels like a paycheck movie for Adam Driver.
Oh my God!
Yeah, like he's barely even trying in this thing.
Yeah, his character is dad.
Yeah, grieving dad who only grieves at the end of the movie. Yeah.
So okay, yeah, I like. There's no plot, just for anyone
there's
listening.
no plot.
Let's try to traipse our way through a couple positives, if we can.
Okay.
Jesse, do you want to start us off?
Some of the tech is pretty cool. I mean, you know, it kind of has like a Star Trek feel to some of the technology that he uses. The kind of like tracking device he has, a little flip up screen. The gun he has is kind of cool. The little like circular bombs that he has to get out of the cave. There's interesting tech to it. Makes no sense why it exists. Like we've said, this makes no idea for convergent evolution. How is it that this should exist here when humanity doesn't exist yet?
They're very careful about not showing off much of the home world to like tantalize you with where they come from or anything like that. They're very careful about that.
Yeah. Why this takes place on Earth makes no sense. It changes nothing. This could have been anywhere.
I had the same complaint with After Earth like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever that movie came out, I was like,
more to complain about with After Earth than that.
Yeah, that's like one of the least
We're not going to
problematic
get into
ones.
that.
100%. But it's weird that we got two movies set on Earth at like different ends of its time periods, right? Where there's no point in it being on Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in After Earth, they don't visit any of the fucking like landmarks. There's no dilapidated Statue of Liberty fight. You know, like there's no reason for it to be Earth. And then here, it's 65 million years ago. There's less reason for it to be Earth at this point. They should just have a dinosaur safari planet. I could more immediately jump on the idea to like, oh, hey, did we have a dinosaur safari planet and we just crashed on it and that's bad news? Like I could just jump on board with that.
Like, it would have been better if they were like, oh, this was the planet that the aliens abducted dinosaurs from. I didn't know it existed. It was like I would believe it was more like, so this was the black market zoo, that planet that we couldn't find before, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then they're like, oh, fuck. And it could have been more than dinosaurs, you know? Like, all these like creatures, and dinosaurs were just one of them. And they're just like, oh, shit, this is the black market zoo planet. Like,
yeah. Predators did that. The Adrian Brody movie where like they land on the planet. It turns like it's a game planet where all the predators come to hunt. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you could have done that. Just
this could have made a pretty baller Predator movie too. You just slap a Predator in here, and this is a great premise.
Yeah, slap like what? There's a fix. Just throw a Predator into the whole thing. Like just inserting one thing would make the movie functional in some direction. Like
he's down on the planet hunting velociraptors, and all of a sudden Adam Driver shows up, and he's like, "People, I want to hunt them."
Yeah, like just anything. There's not enough conflict in the movie.
I think another thing would have been more conflict if maybe instead of his daughter already being dead and him like remembering her, like what if she was with him and he had to like keep fighting between his dying daughter and this new girl.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. And like have like a Sophie's Choice at the end type of deal, like, well, she's my daughter, but she's dying. Yeah. Or there's this healthy girl who I can get back to her parents or something.
Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
And
that's way more cynical than the movie we got.
Yeah.
that would have been your major conflict, even if you did set it on Earth or something, like, because there's plenty of scenes where that could have happened, like where like the two girls were split off, or you know, mm-hmm. Like that could have been something.
No, absolutely. It's so funny that we keep breaking away to try to fix the movie because the movie's begging to be fixed. What are some positives that you want to keep around for our fix, Hope?
I mean, the cast was good. The two girls they got to play the two other characters other than Adam Driver, they're really good. The girl who played Koa, the alien girl, she was Sasha from the Barbie movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then the other girl, like the daughter, I was like, where do I recognize her from? And she was the daughter in Dungeons and Dragons.
That's funny. I didn't pick up on Koa being in Barbie. I remembered her as young Gamora in Infinity War. I was like, I just remember you as an alien.
That too.
She's the one that calls Barbie a fascist.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's like,
I don't know anything about the railroads. I love that.
Jesus. Oh boy. Yeah. No, casting here is excellent. No issues.
Just give them something to do.
Right. These actors must have been having a heyday on set. Oh my God! What do I do today? Oh, grab this gun and run through the woods there for 8 hours.
Right.
It reminds me a lot of Walking Dead, where it's just idiots in the woods.
Yeah.
It's
There is one scene that I did like that where they showed Koa. She saw like the little tiny dinosaur like stuck in the mud, and she's like, "No, we have to help it." And I thought that was like interesting. It's like you're on this foreign planet, you don't know, but she still knew enough that it's life.
Yeah.
You know? And I kind of like that, because it's most films, no matter what the dinosaur, they're always just like, oh, kill it. Whereas like she was like, no, we should save this one. So I did like that scene a lot, to like show, hey, that they're more than just like angry giant lizards, you know?
Yeah. It's speaking to their humanity a little bit there, and that the movie could have taken a little more of that, like compare and contrast dinosaurs to people, maybe, if that's your goal here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They could have land before timed that shit.
Right. So go ahead.
The issue is the issue with that is right afterwards, it has the cynical twist of she pulls it out of the sludge and then it gets immediately eaten.
I know.
Yeah,
so
it was
sad.
a little mean.
So she rescued Yoshi from the Mario Brothers movie just for it to get eaten 2 seconds later. Okay.
By Bowser. So the dinosaur designs, like if you're not gonna do feathered dinosaurs, making them like dark and creepy and creature-esque, I'm here for it. Like I don't think any of the individual sequences are bad. Mm-hmm. I just wish it wasn't a lot of escape sequences with dinosaurs. And like if that's going to be your whole movie, I think the stakes are maybe like they're too high. Maybe it's like unrelatably high stakes for what is overall just a series of escapes. I think maybe any kind of character development, any kind of like plot development, anything to like the plot develops when he looks up in the sky and sees the asteroid coming and goes, oh, there's a ticking clock now. And it's like, okay, but like you're in the future. You're telling me that there's a rocket ship to leave, but you don't have like a rocket that could blow up that asteroid?
Yeah.
Well, their big thing was it's a transport ship. It's not like a big I guess that's their caveat. I guess it's like, oh no, we're a peaceful ship. We're just a transport ship. But it's like,
yeah.
But but then I kind of can circle back to kind of like a Star Trek-esque thing where it's like, okay, yeah, they're technically explorers and peacekeepers, but they still got fucking lasers on that shit, you know?
Right.
Like, you have to have some sort of defenses, so maybe if it didn't, like, completely destroy it, they could have, like, broken it up or offset it or something, you know?
People don't realize how often asteroids and comets pass by Earth and almost hit. It happens a lot. A lot more than people really think. It's not
there's
reported.
meteor showers and shit constantly, you know?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like world-ending, like, rocks.
Yeah.
Like, flying.
Yeah.
It happens often.
We had a Texas-sized asteroid come between us and the Earth in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Or us and the moon, excuse me. Between the Earth and the moon.
The way in which you get rid of it is you don't blow it up. Blowing it up, it actually makes it worse because then you create smaller ones that go and hit multiple locations. The way in which you get rid of it is you would launch a ship up to encircle the asteroid, and you'd have like thrusters on it, and you would kind of use the gravitational pull to pull it out of the way as like a tractor beam kind of thing.
Huh.
Not as exciting, but it works. You don't blow it up. So that's really the issue here is that
chuck it into the sun.
Yeah, chuck it into the sun. Like, yeah, because nothing ever touches the sun. It's got an aura around it. Nothing ever touches the sun. I think the main issue is that the way they portrayed Earth in this movie, if you go back to this time frame, Earth was inhospitable. Like,
oh yeah,
it was too hot. Like the human being, it was like 130 degrees, something like that, all the time.
And that's why a lot of it was like reptilian, like dinosaurs, because they're cold blooded. They can withstand that a lot better than mammalians.
Yeah. Insects were like enormous. Like, look up what's that giant centipede? It's like 7 meters long, something like that. It's huge. It's like why I mean, they show like one bug and it's like this big. It's like a mosquito or something like that, and he stabs it he like smacks in the back of his neck and it's like covered in goo. It's played off as a joke, but it's like, I mean, that's it. All right, okay.
Yeah, if let's say this was a Star Trek movie. Let's just say this is a straight Star Trek movie where they've crashed on a planet with dinosaurs. How would Star Trek deal with this problem? Like, they would put characters in the way of as like the obstacles instead of it just being like chase, escape, chase, escape, chase, escape, chase, escape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it would be like
there'd be different scenarios, different things to overcome, because just getting to a ship and leaving is very generic. Like, here's the big thing with this movie. Again, it like you said, Seth, it's a first pass.
Yeah.
It's literally it's a first pass movie.
This is the sandbox. Jordan Peele was talking about, like, you fill your sandbox with your ideas and then you write something with it.
Yeah.
If
this was a Star Trek movie, it's remember in season 1 when Tasha Yar got killed by that sludge monster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like where Deanna Troy's trapped in a shuttlecraft that's crashed on a planet, and the creature that's on the planet won't let them leave.
Yeah.
There it is. That's just this. Just put an asteroid heading towards the planet in it. There you go. Done.
The first thought that came to my mind to like make this a little more interesting, it was actually along the lines of, Jesse, what you brought up about convergent evolution.
Yeah.
What if you showed up on Earth 65 million years ago and you saw signs of sentience, like dinosaurs starting to build little huts of, like, you know, little lean-to protections, and like the idea that maybe dinosaurs were just like a hair.
I know what you're laughing about. Dope. It's that TV show Dinosaurs, isn't it?
Not the mama.
Listen, I thought I didn't want to go all the way to like they have like suburbs and construction contracts. But like, doesn't it?
So for those that don't remember Dinosaurs, it's a little TV show.
I wish we could just cut to a clip
from the 1990s.
Show so much.
Previous episode, I talked about Quantum Leap from the 1990s. Now we're talking about dinosaurs from the 1990s. What new show are we going to talk about next episode?
If the trick to fixing movies is making them more like 90s television shows, I'm here for it.
The 90s was peak, man. Like, fuck it.
Actually, isn't our episode after this Highlander? I get to talk about the Highlander TV show.
Yes!
Let's keep this train a rolling. We have a theme this season, finally.
Last season, it was who do we put into Tig Notaro's role in all of the movies? Now it's which 90s TV show are we going to bring up every episode?
The season of 90s TV.
There you go.
Jesse mentioned Tig Notaroing underwater, and that immediately probably fixes a lot of the issues that movie had, because T.J. Miller was the reason they cut a lot out of it.
Yeah. That Lovecraft movie that doesn't really have much Lovecraft in it.
I could have taken a little Lovecraft in this movie, man.
Yeah. Oh God. That would fix a lot of problems. Like, make it more interesting.
Oh yeah. Instead of a sludge monster, you have like a Cthulhian, kind of creature sitting on the planet, and they're like,
well, the elder god battles, like the battle of the old gods. Like that's the lore of the Lovecraft universe, is that the old gods land on this planet and they're at war with each other, and they just kind of wipe each other out.
And that's what happened to the dinosaurs.
And then another asteroid just shows up, and then just, all that shit happens.
Puts Cthulhu to sleep.
Yeah.
Puts Cthulhu to sleep. Eventually he'll wake up. Yeah.
Do we have any other positives to yank out of this thing? I mean, like, the performances obviously aren't bad. These are trained actors doing words on a script.
They just don't have anything to do.
They don't have anything to do, but they're not doing badly because of it. You know what I mean? Like, Adam Driver's still, like, magnetic to watch on screen, even if he is just, like, breathing heavy running away from a T-Rex.
I adore that man, no matter what.
I guess a halfway positive is that it kind of reminded me a little bit of Battlestar Galactica, but in the worst possible way.
Oh, no.
So
I don't know if that is a positive.
So I'm going to spoil the ending of Battlestar Galactica. So the whole show was always about like military sci-fi stuff. And it was a really good show for about 3 seasons. 4th season is where the writer's strike happened and everything kind of got all fucked up. And they rewrote the back half of the last season. They make it to Earth, original Earth, and it's been nuked, destroyed, gone. So their goal for the entirety of the show, planet's already destroyed, fuck. So then they just kind of wander off in the back half of the 4th season. They're like, well, now what do? We don't know where to go, and it's kind of like messy. It's a bad last half of the season. And then through the will of God, literally the will of God, they jump right to our Earth, and it's 155,000 years ago. And they decided to abandon all their technology, and they live off in lower Tanzania. All the human race from the 12 colonies now lives in Tanzania, and they're going to live out their existence as cave people and work with the tribes that are living in Tanzania. And the human-Cylon hybrid is actually going to die and eventually becomes mitochondrial Eve, the origin of unbroken line of DNA. And that's the beginning of modern human society. And then they flash forward to modern day New York in the 2000s. And Angel number 6 and Angel Baltar, literally angels, walk down the street of New York City, Times Square. And you see human beings kind of like building new robots, implying the Cylons are going to return. It's terrible.
What? What?
You're at a loss for words, aren't you?
I guess if they got pushed 155,000 years into the past, then I guess I still don't understand how they could understand references to their own history.
No, they're not time traveling. They just literally, it's ancient aliens.
But don't they make references to the 21st century in the previous 3.5 seasons?
Nope.
Oh.
No, it's just ancient aliens.
Well, I don't like it.
No, neither do I.
It sounds like the ending of that movie Lucy.
Never saw it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was that Scarlett Johansson uses 100% of her brain thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it.
Which pisses me off.
You always use 100% of your brain, just not all the
Thank
time. Jesus. If you only use 10% of your brain, you'd be a vegetable.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I turn mine down to about 10% most of the time. That's about all I can take.
Yeah.
What people don't understand is we only understand 10% of the brain.
Yeah.
Because now because there's more we can unlock to the brain, but we're always using the full brain.
Yeah.
I
learned that shit when I was like 7 years old watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, okay?
Yeah,
Jesus.
I love how we will have sayings like that, and then you look at a brain scan, and obviously more than 10% of the brain is on. And it's like, my own brain has been scanned before. I know more than 10% of the shit is working.
Yeah.
I've looked at it on a computer screen.
Because another thing too, what they also say is like when you're asleep, your brain is actually using more capacity and more power to keep you alive when you're asleep, because it has to function on so many more levels because you're unconscious.
Right.
So like that's a whole other thing you have to play into effect too.
Seth, there are still people on this planet that think the Earth is flat. Okay,
that's true.
They'll look at a brain scan and still say like, "No, I'm still only using 10%." Dude, I can literally see it right there.
It's CGI. It's just CGI.
It's a government conspiracy, damn it.
The other 90% is ancient aliens.
Right.
God.
The other 90% of my brain is just movie quotes at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted a way
I'm right there with you.
Here's an ending for this movie. So
I'm stuck with Pikmin.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. But also, you said that the daughter and Koa should be there at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So they get to the escape crab. There's only 2 seats, and Adam Driver stays behind.
And it's his DNA that seeds humans.
And then he gets killed in the asteroid strike, and then like years later, archaeologists find his remains, and they're like, "Wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. How is his body here?"
Right. Oh yeah, that closing title ending there. What a kick in the nads that was.
Yeah.
This whole thing was set in what, Pittsburgh? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Where was that? Where was that shot supposed to be at the end? Can you guys tell?
I could.
I don't remember. I honestly do not remember the closing scene enough to.
Oh, they just fast forward to like through the Ice Age into present day.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't
in the same
remember
spot.
The visualizations enough to like be like, that's this place.
I was let down that's where we ended up. It was like just some fucking suburb. I was like, really? That was the set? Like, you couldn't have even made the like setting important. Like, make it, the cradle of life over in Africa or something like that.
Yeah,
or like the Fountain of Youth and or some shit. Like.
Also, at this point, were the continents separated around this time? Were they absolutely completely?
No, that would have been more Pangea like, right?
Okay, that was way earlier. That was before.
Yeah, so this is still like everything's still connected. Maybe like tiny little things that flaked off the edges, but it's still like.
So this landmass didn't really change very much for 65 million years.
Not a ton. No, not a ton.
It still looks like a flat field. All right. Okay.
Yeah, maybe some West Coast city. Now that I'm literally reopened Netflix so I could look at the shot
Florida.
again.
Let's just say it's Florida.
Sure. Why not? Do we know where the asteroid hit the planet on when this happened?
Down in Mexico.
It was Mexico. Okay, why'd you say Mexico?
Florida.
Just Because clearly they fly right past the asteroid when they leave the planet, so it landed close to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or maybe, I don't... Listen, this movie's so uninterested in science that, like, it's taking a trip back in time to dinosaurs and is uninterested to study them. It just wants to kill them and run away from them. Like, Magic School Bus this shit, at least.
Yeah, back to the 90s! Back to the 90s again!
God.
Oh, boy. Yeah, okay, so there's not a lot good. There's not most of it's not great, especially when you just try to overall run this like series of scenes together into a movie. It's like,
I mean, if you do this as a time travel storyline, you end up with either that awful TV show Terra Nova that was on Fox for like a season, where they're like, "Oh, the Earth is falling apart. Let's travel back in time to save humanity," but they travel back before the asteroid. It's like, you kind of fucked up there,
right?
So you just made the problem worse. But then you also end up with something like a Sound of Thunder, the Ray Bradbury story where they go back in time. And is it like they hunt different creatures in the time frame on a certain path that was never going to be affected by time, but somebody steps off the path and it causes ripples throughout time or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's an interesting story. The movie that came out was terrible. Like the visual effects in that movie are so bad. It looks like it was rendered on like a PlayStation 1.
Oh, God.
It's so awful. It's truly abysmal. Yeah. But yet
wow. I've never seen this movie. I'm familiar with the book. The Sound of Thunder.
The Sound of Thunder.
A Sound of Thunder.
This
is from 2005?
Yeah. It's the idea of a butterfly flapping its wings will create a tornado in, wherever.
Yeah, I did not see this.
Nobody did. It was a massive financial bomb. But yeah, if you do it as a time travel storyline, you could do this because you're going back to a time frame that is,
why is Ben Kingsley attached to this?
Because Ben Kingsley will whore himself out for anything. He was
doing a lot of work back in the mid-2000s.
He was in Blood Rain, for fuck's sake. Okay,
there's a lot of other people in that, though.
Clearly also a money laundering scheme.
Right. See, here's my issue with time travel. I think those stories get too kitsch. And I'd almost want more like of a Stargate setup where it's a military team being sent through this portal and the portal dumps them out 65 million years ago. Exact same spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're able to maybe like Stargate in and out of 65 million years ago. And then your issues could be like the Stargate getting shut down by a dinosaur and then, them having to like fend off this, T-Rex while they rebuild their way to get home or, find a way to send a message through 65 million years into the future and hope that they can reopen another Stargate to help them, something along those lines where like it's a group of like trained seasoned professionals like in that Predator movie where we're not watching because what I'm glad this movie didn't have, I'll compliment it. There's no fucking cheesy dialogue in this thing, guys. There's no stupid lines in this movie. I'll give them that much. It's pretty straightforward on what they're saying, but there's no like
the girl Koa doesn't have a translator, so he's like
mountain
ship.
They were like they took the Castaway version, which is only one of these characters can usefully communicate. So there's no stupid lines, and I would just hate for this movie to get filled with a bunch of like Marvel humor. They look up at the asteroid and they go, "Oh no, guys, look at this." That's what I don't want. I want a bunch of like badasses to be set back against real scary. I want feather dinosaurs. First of all, that's my first like fixed flag.
I was about to say we need to divert into your non-stereotypical dinosaurs, and not even just that, but like there is a plethora of so many species of dinosaurs, and all we ever see is like 3.
Right.
Like there's some of my favorite dinosaurs never even get mentioned. Like No one knows what an ankylosaurus is. Bitch, those are adorable. I love them.
Right.
Are those the little tiny ones?
No, they're like the spiked back with like the ball tail.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Yeah, they're like a turtle dinosaur with a wrecking ball.
Oh yeah, the big turtle things. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you were a real nerd kid, you had a favorite dinosaur. It's not just like, and I was that nerd kid who was like, fucking would list that shit off, and everyone's like, you're fucking weird. I'm like, it's a dinosaur. Like,
the Christians are trying to take them away from us. We need to keep them around as best we can.
You know, they humans and dinosaurs existed at the same time. Of course they did. That museum in Tennessee told me so.
Oh my God.
That
what the fuck
tax
is that place?
laundering pit. The creation museum or some shit.
Can I say something really happy?
Yeah.
So down here in Florida, there's this place called the Holy Land Experience in Orlando.
Oh no.
And it was like an amusement park. It's like right outside of like Disney and Universal and all that. It's like right outside of there. And like they had like your 4 o'clock Jesus hangings and like all this shit. Like it was like fucking and it was like fun for the whole family, and it was awful. But they shut it down and it's now being built into a hospital.
Thank God.
Yes. Thank God. Oh.
So that's my happy news, is that science literally took down religion.
Thank Christ.
Thank Christ.
See, they could get me to say it when they give me a hospital.
Holy Land Experience Orlando. Just look up some of the photos and shit that they had there. It's so bad.
Oh.
No thanks. Oh my God. That
sounds so bad. It's so bad that when they were like writing their like list of things to do there, like number 5 was like, and you have to experience our corn dogs. It's like, really, you have that fucking little there?
Wow.
The big attraction is like a corn dog.
Oh God. As long as there wasn't a cross burning or something, it's like whatever.
No,
right.
But they had like their like 4, like I looked up videos and shit of this place. So I was like, this can't be true. It was like at 4, or like it was like every day at like 4 or 5, they would have like a Jesus like carry his cross and then him being like banged up on the cross.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Christians love that shit. They love getting punched in the dick.
Yeah.
Again,
emotionally.
Thank goodness a hospital bought it out, and it's now being turned into like a cancer ward and shit to like save people, literally save people. So God. I am okay with this.
The one thing that Christians love seeing is Jesus getting the shit beaten out of them, making them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, dude, it gets them horny.
God, hit him again, nail him again. I'm gonna come.
Fill all my holes, Jesus.
Dude, how did we get here from dinosaurs, guys? I just want to talk about dinosaur movies.
Jesus was riding on a raptor with 2 Uzis. It was fucking American, goddammit.
Yeah, it is kind of convenient they landed in America in 65 million years ago.
Right. Anywhere else, please. God. They land in like the most uninteresting locale.
The Midwest.
The flattest fucking place.
They could have been like in Norway or like Belgium or even like the Cape Hope. They could have been like Cape Hope, South Africa, or like
yeah.
Montana is home to like some of the biggest dinosaur discoveries of all time.
Yeah.
It should have been Montana.
Yeah.
Well, because that was like, I guess, very centralized of the entirety of the continents. So it makes sense. At least in this section, you know. Yeah,
and I think it also has to do with like the conditions of the Earth, like where fossilization can happen, because like a lot more dinosaurs existed than the ones that we dig up. Like the conditions for a fossil are super, super rare.
Oh yeah.
So like there's, I think that the movie was a little dead overall. Like, it kind of the movie seems to assume that all dinosaurs turn into fossils. That there was like there was just a fossils amount of dinosaurs on Earth, and I'm looking back at like Disney's Dinosaur, which is like no, there's herds. Like this was the dominant species on Earth. There was tons of them. I
saw that movie in theaters.
I don't think I was allowed to. I think that was evolution propaganda for me.
I saw that. I remember seeing that movie in theaters, and like, I don't know if it was the movie theaters or McDonald's or some shit, but like when you, I remember having like a toy, and it was like the head, and it was like a puppet.
Oh yeah, the puppets. Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents wouldn't let me watch that one because they had lemurs next to the dinosaurs, and they were like, they're trying to say that we evolved from these lemurs, and
what?
And
what the fuck?
That's not what pissed off my parents. What pissed off my parents is they believed that humans and dinosaurs coexisted, so they didn't like that Disney wouldn't tell the truth and put human beings in there.
Nice.
At least this movie assumes that 65 million years transpired since the dinosaur.
At least you got that part right.
They did. I was about to say they did like physically state it's 65 million years.
Yes.
Like
it's not 6,000 years ago.
Yeah, not that it just magically happened. Like boop.
Yeah.
So,
dude, they thought they were slick. They were like, yeah, if you count backwards, 2,000 years since Jesus, and then 2,000 years backwards from Jesus, and then you add up all the ages at the beginning of the Bible, and it's 6,000 years. And I was like,
no.
Because that's all the people that existed at the time,
right,
of course.
Right. That's
the Bible is a scam. Don't read it.
Maybe we could have a Christian in our version of 65, and he like arrives and he's like, "Where's all the people?"
You know, that would have been funny if that's the way they ended Battlestar Galactica. The final Cylon is Jesus.
Listen,
because there's 12 Cylon models that look human. What if Jesus was the last one?
Oh shit!
Wasn't that the thing in Prometheus? Is that Jesus was an alien? Jesus Christ.
I wish he'd have gone for that too. I wish he would have paid that off.
Aren't they trying to do that with?
They could have put the two girls there. Adam Driver stayed behind. He's Jesus because he already has long hair. And because he's like so like good because he's an alien, he's a carpenter and good at building shit with his hands.
Yeah. So let me ask a genuine fixed question.
Yeah.
Does it hurt this movie to make them all aliens? Like, could this have just been a like straight sci-fi movie where like Adam Driver is not playing a human? And maybe they're human-esque. I'm not saying they have to be like green or like scaly or whatever.
I mean, they could slide by with saying with how large Adam Driver's hands are, that's an alien trait, because there's that one scene where he like covers the girl's mouth and it's like he completely like face blinds her.
Engulfs
it's not just this, it's
he does have unnaturally large features.
So that's his alien trait, is giant fucking hands.
No, but like serious question. Does that throw you guys off at all if I pitch this movie as this is a straight sci-fi movie with no humans, it's just about aliens?
No, I think that'd be fine. And I think that's what it's supposed to be doing. But they just like kind of cheaped out on kind of like in I'm gonna pull like Andor. Technically it's Star Wars, but like everyone was a human and like all these people were being like captured and shit, but it's like there's more aliens out there, but everyone was human-esque type of deal. So I think that was kind of the thing they went with, you know, like, yeah, they're alien, but we're just not gonna make them alien.
I still can't wrap my head around this decision. Like, this is such an odd decision for a film to be like, to just leave you going, no, these are humans of some kind, but maybe humans are all around the universe. Like that feels like what the movie's trying to land on, right?
I mean, there was a movie that came out years ago. I just looked this up called Hunter Prey. Remember this movie?
Hunter Prey.
Yeah, it's interesting. They crashed land on the planet. Basically, they crashed in on Tatooine. Unfortunately,
Oh my
literally
God.
It's literally shot in the fucking desert.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
now that we're all
the
done with that.
storyline, I'm reading it, and it says the Prometheus has dropped.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, shot in 18 days in Mexico with a red camera. It's like, it is what it is.
Damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, do something like that, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Even for like a lower budget, they still did good with the practicals of like making them look like aliens.
Mm-hmm.
In Hunter Prey, at least, like
yeah. It's a decent looking movie.
If anything else, even if they didn't want to switch up Adam Driver because he's the main focus point, like the focal point, they could have made the girl a little bit more alien-esque, at least, since like she's like speaking a different language. They could have like added some markings on, even if they kept her like human, they could have like add markings on her face or like something a little bit more than just another human with a different language, basically.
Yeah, the Star Trek thing. We give him a weird looking nose, and that's it.
It's something.
Okay, I've got a left field one. Just I don't know if this works, but it almost might work. Do you guys remember what the guy that directed Iron Man, what he was up to?
Jon Favreau?
Jon Favreau. Do you guys remember what movie he was doing just around Iron Man?
Zathura?
Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, Cowboys and Aliens. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
What if this was Cowboys and Dinosaurs?
Oh yeah, but that's a genre that exists. Like 50s B movies typically were that.
Yeah. So like you just lean hard in on 50s B movie. It's still called 65. It's still Adam Driver, right? But it is a like space cowboys. He's like human-esque, maybe like do fuck around with his ears or something. Definitely make the girl an alien. And you have them like it's them versus dinosaurs, right? Like a much more maybe they're like literally here to hunt one.
So the crew of the Firefly goes to Earth.
Damn. Okay, now I hate it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to like zhuzh it up a little bit. I think the sci-fi-esque
weavers clean their spears.
Right. Maybe that doesn't work because they're trying to. The plot of that one was they were just here for gold, right? The aliens were just on the planet to take gold.
Because it was like a mineral they could use. It's your typical like my thing is like I think if they just added a bit more to the plot, maybe added a couple more characters, even like out of that entire ship, only like him and the one girl survived. No, it should have at least been like a handful of people. And even if they just added like one or two more people, because then you could like do a legitimate split off, like you go this, you do that. I think they just needed more characters to bounce off of, or like even if it was another person, but they also spoke another language, and he said all the communicators are broken. It's 3 different languages, and they all have to because that adds to it, because it's one thing to like tell a child like stay, but then you get like an adult and a child, none of y'all speak the same language, and you're like, you do this, and the adult's like, fuck you, I'm an adult,
right?
Just because we don't speak it. Like even that would have added more conflict, and
a character that could die. This movie's very devoid of people getting eaten by dinosaurs.
You have dinosaurs in the movie, they don't do anything.
They're basically like chase monsters. They're not eating anything.
They need like 1 or 2 more people, at least one to be expendable, other than an off-screen daughter disease death.
Yeah.
I'm getting like Pitch Black vibes.
I got Pitch Black vibes initially as well, especially when they go in the cave towards the end, and I'm like, wow, you're really pacing this out exactly like Pitch Black. But if Pitch Black is your fix point, we need a different setup, because the best part of Pitch Black is the fact that it's not pitch black until halfway through the movie.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking, there's a Twilight Zone episode that I really like. Have you guys ever seen the episode On Tuesday We Leave for Home?
No.
So essentially, this spacecraft crashes on this planet, and it's filled with people. They were transporting across the universe, and they crash on this planet, and they've been stuck there for like 10 years. And they have a distress beacon that's like, we're waiting for somebody to come to us. And there's the captain of the ship was like this egomaniacal guy that just wanted to be in command, just like had to have people under him, like a cult leader kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then a rescue ship arrives, and it says, okay, we're going to take you all back home. But the problem is, if they all leave, he loses his power, he loses his status. So he says, fine, I'm just going to stay by I'm going to stay here by myself. I don't need to leave. He says, this is my home. This is where I'm staying.
And forget the blackjack.
Yeah, and the twist ending, because every Twilight Zone episode gets a twist ending. When he's in the cave by himself at the very end, he realizes, oh shit, what am I doing? And he runs outside to get the ship before it goes. It's already left. And he's the only person left on the planet by himself for the rest of his life. It's a brutal episode, yeah. But if you wanted to do something, like have it be a whole colony of people. Like, why does this movie have to take place over the course of one day?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like, couldn't you have this last,
like... asteroid, duh.
Do we have to have the asteroid?
No, I'm just saying, like, that, I was just,
I agree. The asteroid is not the best plot driver. Like, it's a great ticking clock. I see why they landed there. I definitely get it, but it's not...
I'm leaning back into Pikmin, because with Pikmin, it was, you had, in the first game, the very first game, because the second game, they, like, go back and they're just, like, mining for treasure because they're like, we can get rich. But in the first game, because he crash lands, he's like, I only have 30 days because that's my oxygen supply.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that, yes, my ship is broken, and I have 30 days of oxygen. So even if I fix my ship or not, I'm 30 days.
Yeah.
And that's the ticking clock, not just like, oh, this is happening, like, so that's something else. And the fact that, like you were saying before, Jesse, like, it was just hospitable,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like, not everybody breathes oxygen. Some people, like, what if one of the aliens that he was transporting was, like, only breathed, like, water, only breathed carbon, only breathed smog, like...
Yeah,
right.
Put some impediment in their way.
Well, and, like, I think it being set 65 million years ago is enough of an impediment, because they should have been traveling only at night to like, save themselves from all the heat. You know what I mean? Like,
this hot as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something they could have revealed, that, like, oh, yeah, Earth 65 million years ago, not super habitable to people. That's one of the hardest things about being here is going to just be living. The dinosaurs are kind of like not even a super problem until you're just outside.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Walking Dead. Like, once they get past the initial zombie thing, it's literally just surviving. The people are it's...
They're the real monsters.
Right. So it's like, the dinosaurs become like an afterthought, because it's like there's so much other inhospitable shit,
Which is why you need more than 2 people in this movie.
Right.
No, yeah. I'm going to grab a bunch of the cast from Cowboys versus Aliens. I'm going to bring in Harrison Ford. I want to bring in Daniel Craig. He can die.
Wild.
Yeah, let's bring in a bunch of, like, big actors to get killed by dinosaurs. That's what everybody wants to see.
That would be great. I want to see so many, like, A-listers get murked. That would be
great.
Great.
Do the Sam Jackson and Deep Blue Sea thing where he gets killed halfway through the movie.
Also, yeah. Sam Raimi's a fucking producer on this. Let's take out a bunch of people in this movie.
Yeah, why is Raimi a producer on this? Like, this is beneath him.
Just to put his name out there, I guess, or just, like, this might just be, like, one of those things where he's like, fuck it,
It's paycheck.
Yeah, maybe they were working with his production company, but it was like their project. These things can go a million different ways. I would love for it to be a little more Raimi-esque, though. Like, let's get a team of people. I'm struggling still with the 65 million years ago thing. I'm like, I feel like time travel is the easy way to get us there, and I'm almost digging, combining your ideas with Hope's multiple alien species on the ship.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I think a group of them should want to crash on Earth. That's their goal, is to like knock the ship out of its transit path. And now we have someone to be positioned as like enemies against Adam Driver.
Like if half were just so
like if they're like, no, we want to go shoot dinosaurs. We're going to take over this like public vessel that Adam Driver's transporting with like kids and shit on board.
Yeah.
And we're going to crash us onto Earth.
Like bounty hunters like hijacked.
Yeah.
Like a bus, basically.
Yeah, so then you get your like...
Oh, so Adam Driver is a bus driver?
Yes! Yeah. Bus driver.
Bus driver Adam.
So, yeah, essentially, yes. And so now we're on the planet, it's set 65 million years ago, it's on Earth, and now the reason it's Earth is because Earth has been known around the galaxy as this, like, safari hunting planet. And then you could have jokes like, man, when we wipe out all the dinosaurs, we'll let the monkeys evolve into something we can hunt. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the audience. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's the backstory to the Halo franchise.
I mean, basically. But Ancient Aliens is going to look the same regardless of how you do it.
Sort of like reasonable.
My other flip-flop is to reuse the convergent evolution thing and make this 65 million years in the future. What if dinosaurs are just a phase of the Earth?
You mean so
what?
if
now I'm lost.
Okay, so human beings.
So if we go like the Spider-Man route and we have like the lizard and like the croc because they kept fucking with their DNA and shit, and then we just evolved back into dinosaurs because we get fucking with our DNA.
I'm thinking more along the lines of like, we wipe ourselves out as the sentient species on Earth after we've gotten out away from Earth,
so just like
and 65 million years in the future, dinosaurs have re-evolved on the planet, and
they just come back.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to fix After Earth at the same time that I fix this.
See, that gives you landmarks that, well,
no, it does, because I'm thinking, what if like one of the old marble landmarks, like something like the Taj Mahal,
something built to last,
or like a building in DC, and that's the reveal. It's 65 million years, and the audience knows that. Right, exactly. And so the audience knows it's been 65 million years. They just didn't know it was forward. And so now we get a Planet of the Apes style reveal.
Okay, yeah.
And
where it's like,
it could be Egypt because people already think the sphinxes and shit are from aliens as it is.
Yeah. And you could even have them like mention like, look at this old ass fucking technology. Oh my God, these people were moving rocks around on this planet.
There's no way that people could have built the pyramids like that, dude. Seriously, you just drag the rocks. It's not that hard.
Oh my goodness. So 65 million years in the future? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
You sell it as a movie that's like, oh, it's 65 million years in the past. Like, no, it's the twist is that it's actually in the future.
Yeah.
We said 65. We didn't say it was forwards or backwards.
Right.
That's a good twist. I like that.
And that way,
there's the twist.
And that way, people could still be around at that point. It's like, oh yeah, we just went off and joined the federations of aliens out there, and
they thought Earth was so inhospitable they abandoned it.
Yeah,
it did its cyclical thing where the dinosaurs came back, and when they crashed back, they're like, "Oh shit, we thought it was blocked. We were wrong."
Yeah. That's my pitch. This is an After Earth movie now. We could even throw Will Smith in here if we want, but it's now.
Oh, he's the first to die. He's the first to die.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
The T-Rex gets him first.
And with Sam Raimi being a producer on this, you have to have Bruce Campbell in there. You can have him get killed or something like that.
Dude, Bruce Campbell gets left behind for sure. That's the funniest thing you could do to him is have him like trying to light a fire in a cave somewhere.
Turn this into a secret, like Ash movie, like because you know how.
The end of Ash vs. Evil Dead is in the future.
And because he fucked up the Necronomicon, he fucked up the shit again because he didn't understand it. He traveled again.
This is the punishment of having too many options in your movie, is that we can literally start attaching anything we want to it, and it helps it make more sense.
Yeah.
Make it a secret Evil Dead movie.
Make it a secret Evil Dead movie. Yeah.
With Ash, but with Sam Raimi, just Ash at the very end. At the very end, and he's like, I fucked up again.
Nah.
I slept even longer.
That's his Bruce Campbell cameo.
Oh, man.
Damn. Yeah, okay, so definitely add a few more people in here so we can see our dinosaurs kill some people. Mm-hmm. At least add some stakes and some deaths we care about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or add some deaths so you can know the stakes in some way.
Right. So that puts us to the end of the movie now. If we don't have an asteroid, and if we instead have a group of like, basically weekend warrior hunters getting their asses eaten out in the dinosaur wasteland. I mean, like I like the idea of that Jesse was pitching, where the two girls get put into the rocket and get sent off, and basically like Adam Driver kind of signs seals the deal for everybody left on Earth. It's like, no, we're all going to get eaten by dinosaurs. It's just a matter of when now. We saved the girls, sent them away. We kind of end on like a kind of sour, but also like weird. Oh, wow, but this is 65 million years in the future. So like maybe they could go find technology that would help them call people to the planet. You know what I mean? Like it kind of, it leaves a little more open than this weird kind of like, man, wasn't this an odd vacation stop for Adam Driver in this setting 65 million years ago? That's what it sums up to, right? Like when you
it's a pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the world's worst pit stop.
Yeah.
And they did that like weird cock tease in the middle where you think he's gonna sacrifice himself, and the girl's like, no, and then they both end up being saved. So
yeah, he resorted to suicide real quick.
That would have been the more interesting movie, by the way. Like to introduce Koa as the main character, like he genuinely follows through, shoots himself in the head, body falls down, camera pushes focus through to the little girl, and now it's like, this is your main character for the rest of the movie. I would fuck with that decision. That would be wild.
And having her as a kid figure this shit out.
Right.
Yeah.
And now the stakes just being escape are like exactly the right height, because that's all the kid would be thinking too, is like, I need to get out of here. If I can get back to the ship, I might be able to turn on autopilot and fly me out of here. I believe that story now. You know what I mean? Like that's
because it's a basic kid thing, because not that kids aren't smart, but they're more simply focused instead of X, Y, and Z.
Well, and because she is fucking smart too, the way she like smashes down the log on the Oviraptor's head to like trap it, and like she's doing intelligent things.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that she's not smart. It's just her mindset's simplistic because she's more focalized instead of like Adam Driver, who's like, oh my kid, oh her, oh this, oh that. She's just like, nah, bitch, I gotta go. Like,
also, how much money do you think we save on our movie by having Adam Driver die a half hour into it?
Oh, probably
so
good.
Much.
Save a good.
So much.
Yeah, save a good couple million right there.
So is that the quick fix? Just like let him follow through with the suicide and that kind of.
Sure.
I don't.
Then she has to go pick up. Then she has to go pick up the gun from his dead body that had his head blown off.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's go dark. I love that. Not more characters, less characters.
Just one character.
Little girl survives. Ooh, that could be okay. All right, so let's say that is the fix for 1 second. What if she then decides to stay on Earth, and that's the twist, that she just fucking loves Dinosaur Planet, and she's gonna stay. Queen? She just like she writes a note and sends the ship back, and it's like and it's his original message that he recorded pre-suicide, where he goes, "No one survived. No Way Home, his original like cynical message. She sends that one home, and then she like, no, I'm gonna stay on the dinosaur planet. And she like leaves to go hang out with the dinosaur that she saved at some point in the movie or something. You know what I mean? Like A Boy and the Dog kind of story is where it ends off with this like.
Oh yeah,
this little badass girl's just gonna live on Earth. Actually, that's what's gonna happen.
Maybe
she's primordial Eve.
Planet. And then we zoom out of the planet. We see way off in the distant galaxy. We see the asteroid headed towards Earth. There you go.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
There you go. Done.
She heads into caves underground with some of the like growing intelligence dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Like some.
There you go.
They head down to the caves to protect themselves from the asteroid. All right, so I didn't think we could genuinely get to a straightforward pitch. I'm glad we got there eventually.
But like you said, it's one of those things where it's so basic, like you can go in so many different directions because
it's a great sandbox. It's just there's too much stuff here. Like something that we learned doing the 72 Fest, like doing weekend short films, is put yourself in a box. Boxes are good. Like having all this open and we can do anything. We can shoot anything this weekend. That will destroy your creativity. That really like puts you into like not useful spaces for storytelling, because now it's about like what you can and can't do, and not about like the box of, okay, the setting is 65 million years ago on Earth with humans. Do something interesting with that. That's a really constrained box. They needed to keep adding boxes.
It's a parallel problem with like the Avatar movies. It's like we can literally do anything. Well, it's not interesting,
right?
It's like it's the same problem, just with a couple more zeros added to the end of the budget.
I got booed off of Reddit for pointing out that James Cameron is just doing like Super Mario biomes for his different Avatar movies. We're getting the forest one. We're getting the water one. We're gonna get a desert one. We're gonna get a snow one. Like,
you're right.
You're absolutely right. He's doing Mario. Like, I'm glad y'all think it's like really cool, but he's just doing Mario biomes.
Yeah, he's just picking where each tribe is. It's just Avatar, the cartoon series. It's just the same.
Don't you dare besmirch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Don't you?
But each tribe is its own element. He's literally just copying it. Why is it called Avatar? Well, there you go.
James Cameron is a fantastic engineer. I don't know how much I believe in his storytelling ability. Otherwise, I think his scripts are what tend to save him in his films.
He used to be a really good filmmaker when he was trapped in a box. Like Aliens is a really great movie. Terminator is a really great movie. Then the budget got to the point where I can do anything. And then his creativity went down and down and down.
Right.
Well,
no, I would love to see a film.
It went into technology and not artistry. That's the thing. He went to tech instead of artistry.
Again, like you said, Seth, he's an engineer. Filmmakers that reach that point, they're engineers. They're not filmmakers anymore. They're not interested in story or character or something like that. They're interested in, well, can we make this water look realistic if it's done with CGI? Well, yeah, great. But I can actually go to the beach right now. I can look at actual water.
Right.
Like, I'd rather look at that.
It won't be near as clean as that water on Pandora, though.
If you go to the Cayman Islands, it will.
Nah.
All right, so quick, easy fix is Adam Driver just follows through, and we get a more interesting movie for that decision.
Yep.
The long
turn it into a Pikmin movie, turn it into a Turok movie, turn it into a Twilight Zone thing where it's the future.
Do After Earth, but better. You got a lot of options here.
Yeah, pick one. You can have your fill.
Yeah, what is the audience's pick? Like, it's like one of those choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. What was that Netflix thing that the Black Mirror, was it Bandersnatch?
Oh, Bandersnatch, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do it like that. Where like, which one would you like to do? Would you like to have it be 65 million years in the past or 65 million years in the future?
Dude.
Choose your own adventure.
In this scene,
That's
does he
fun,
kill himself or does he not kill himself?
Ooh. Decision tree movie. I love it. Then you could kind of have anything happen, right? You could have a time.
You can have all of it. You can have everything. It's a Pikmin movie. It's a Turok movie. It's whatever you want it to be. Oh,
Damn. At least it's 90 minutes. So it's not
it's
hard
not,
on the
that's
eyes.
The thing. Like, it's not terrible. It's just bland.
It's not technically inept.
It's asking way more interesting questions than it's willing to answer. That's why it's frustrating.
And that's exactly. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's just like I expected so much more.
Yeah.
It's
you know
like
what it is?
It's like getting the very smart kid who has like a 160 IQ, but he gets D's on all of his tests because he's just like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is. It's like, I know you can do better. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's a ham and cheese sandwich, but there's no like condiments put onto it.
Oh.
They didn't. It's not toasted. It's just white bread with a slab of ham and a slab of cheese. That's it.
So
it's as bland and it is food technically, but I don't really want to eat it because it's just gonna be like, ugh.
I think Jesse Fresco just announced the meals for Firefest 2, if anyone is interested. Billy McFarland is on the internet, like, talking about he's doing a second one down in those islands, too. I hope everyone who goes gets stranded.
That man is a con artist, you idiots.
With Burning Man going on during this recording, let me ask a question. How much of this is no longer a con and rich people are just paying for bad services so that they have something to complain about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
rich people got to do something with that money.
Like, because what's more uninteresting than rich people going to Burning Man? Rich people going to Burning Man and having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, nobody gives a fuck if you go out in the desert and you have a good time.
Burning Man used to be for the people, and now it's like, to get there you need to pay like $10,000. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
it is all social media boosting, and that's why like the best thing that could have happened to them was for it to be ruined, because now everybody's getting their limelight that they wanted. That's what they wanted, and so it's like, is this a con if the grift is you just want something to complain about? Because people go to Coachella and complain, and it's like, dog, do you know what festivals are? These are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what this is.
God. Or it could be like, what is it? Like all the tech bros buying up all that land down in, New Mexico?
Oh my
to make
God.
They make like tech cities where they like
Silicon
all their
Valley
employees.
too.
Yeah, where it's literally Galt's Gulch from Atlas Shrugged, where it's like all the rich people buy this one town. And it's like, we're all just gonna live here. You fuckers can just go anywhere else. Like, who's gonna clean it? Who's gonna maintain it? Who's gonna enforce it? Oh, nobody. We didn't plan that far ahead. That's what you're gonna get.
Maybe they should build it.
By the way, Atlas Shrugged is a shitty book. Don't read it. You don't need to.
Maybe they should do the good version of it and build an underwater city with no rules where they can do all the science that they want.
I think one should go in the sky because it'd be really cool to have an airship up there. That'd be really awesome.
Oh boy,
take your pick.
What are we talking about next time on Film Rescue?
Tardigrades.
Oh.
Tardigrades.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't find a way to put tardigrades in the movie, did we?
That's why. That's why I'm magically putting it in now.
That's how you have it set in the distant future. You have the tardigrades. They've evolved to be really big.
That's
there you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What if the tardigrade is the little girl's character journey, where before Adam Driver dies, she hears him talk about tardigrades and how they can live anywhere, and then at the end of the movie, when she decides to stay on the planet, she's like,
She decides to live literally.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like a tardigrade. I'm gonna live anywhere.
There you go.
Done.
Cool.
Boom.
Yeah.
Well, that was 65. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Put something interesting in your movie, please.
Yes, please. How much of this was a tax write-off? Jesus.
And it went straight to Netflix. This wasn't for Netflix, though, right?
No.
It was in theaters.
You know what? The one thing I can say is it padded the resumes of these two girls.
True.
Because they're up and coming. It's padding their resume. They're both good actresses. They are. So it's padding the resume. I'll give it that.
I guarantee if you asked Adam Driver about this movie, he'd just be like, "What? What movie?" He probably just forgot about this the moment he walked off set.
I did. This is the kind of movie.
This is not a flex of his acting.
Yeah.
Talent,
what do you say? I enjoyed playing an action hero in a dinosaur movie.
action hero. I ran away from CGI dinosaurs.
Right, yeah. Like, well, and that's all
He doesn't do anything.
That's all Chris Pratt does in the new Jurassic movies, by the way. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
There's character conflict, at least, and then there's, like, cool set pieces, at least. You know, there's a little more going on. Even in the bad new ones. I know nobody likes those new Jurassic Park movies. I didn't need them to be great.
There's a great roller coaster that I got Jesse to ride on from those, so
yeah,
I'm okay.
That was fun. Yeah,
this is probably the only podcast where I can bring up my quick review of those Jurassic Park movies, because we're not
away.
I'm not going to fix Dominion. I won't do it. Not locusts, guys.
What do you? Yeah, what do you fix?
Yeah, like don't do dinosaur grasshoppers. That's a bad way to end your 6-movie super double trilogy. Like, Dominion's unfixable. That is an unwatchable film.
Yeah.
The middle one, though, actually has like a gothic raptor ending, and I kind of like that for it. You know, like the beginning of the movie's like way too sad and cheesy, but the end of the movie's fucking awesome. And so
isn't it like the underground like fight ring where they put dinosaurs against each other or something like that?
No, it's black market sales of dinosaurs.
Oh, it's black market sales.
Yeah. So it's just like and what happens is because of the new influx of dinosaurs along with people that broke in, the smartest one gets accidentally released. Much like in the very first Jurassic Park. Like they're trying to do a haunted house version of Jurassic Park. And so I think that second movie, the trilogy, ends up being the last Jedi of its trilogy, where like it's a little misguided maybe, but I see it was trying to do something interesting, so I respect it for that. Those dinosaur movies are at least a head above 65, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't let this be the reason we don't get any more dinosaur movies, Hollywood, please. Oh my God.
I want some good dinosaurs. Give us our feathered friends.
I saw a clip that somebody made in Unreal Engine 5 of a feathered raptor in low lighting where its eyes are front-facing like a predator with like reflective lenses, and it moves like a bird, but it moves like a 300-pound like quick moving bird. They made it look freaky. I'll find it and send it to the Discord if we end up making a clip of this. But like they made feathered dinosaurs scary. Like you can do this stuff really freaky. Specifically bird head movements, like quick like head turns. Like
jolty. They're very jolty.
Yeah, adding that to a large predator animal is unnerving. Like, it does work. If anyone's concerned that, like, feathered dinosaurs will look silly, it will not look silly. Just don't make them colorful. Yeah, just don't give them natural colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this was the dinosaur episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining and watching this this little Netflix charade.
Yeah. It's not a painful movie to sit through. It's just really boring.
I'd fold laundry while I watch this one.
Yeah. No, like it's good for like a background chill out rainy Sunday.
Honestly, it wouldn't even be on the show if it weren't for the fact that they like botched the premise. Like everything else is so like straightforward. Like again, it's people are running away from dinosaurs. The movie, your mileage.
You need something else. Something else has to happen between that.
Right. Your mileage may vary, but like, goddamn, don't make your premise this interesting and then make the movie this straightforward. Maybe it's not even that it's boring. Maybe it's just too straightforward for this much premise.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Typically, you're supposed to have some kind of an arc in a story. Mm-hmm. There is no arc. It's just a line.
Yeah.
It's just a line. It's flat. The movie is flat.
Yeah, it needed a little more horror.
Yeah.
It should have been a little scarier. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But at least we didn't have to drink on this one. Next episode, we're going to have to drink, though.
Oy vey.
You know what comes next.
What's next?
Highlander 2.
Highlander 2. And we're doing the Renegade cut. Make that announcement at the end of this episode.
We can't fix the original cut. It's impossible.
I may try to watch the original cut. I may try to watch it, but we are fixing the Renegade cut.
Only available on YouTube.
All right, so I better start drinking now then.
Yeah. Definitely, I'm definitely going to drink through my watch for sure.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I guess this is where we end this one. We don't want to go too long on a 90-minute movie.
We don't want to go longer than the movie itself.
Right. We've been doing good at staying under that for Source Code and now this one. Tune in next week to see us talk about more 90s television.
The season of 90s.
Season.
And movies. Oh, yeah, and movies, too. Right, I forgot.
Oh, God.
I think that's going to do it for this one. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.